The Electoral Commission has retaliated its call for voters to cast their ballots and leave polling stations. This comes after last month's warning. This has since sparked criticism from several presidential candidates who believe their supporters should stay to protect the vote. During a meeting of agents of presidential candidates today, the Electoral Commission chairperson Justice Simon Byabakama acknowledged that the law allows voters to remain at least 20 meters away from the polling booth. However, he emphasized that the situation on the ground is often different with limited space at many polling stations.
I'm aware when I was making that statement, I was mindful of what the law provides. The law says you can stand about 20 meters from the table where our basin is. The law is very clear. From the table, that is the polling booth, our booth in the Ugandan context. Our booth is the basin. So you can stand 20 meters away. But if you look at some of these locations, the polling station is on the veranda of a shop or shops. 20 meters over here. At times we are compelled to block off roads to close off part of the roads so that we create ample space for polling station. So when the Electoral Commission was making that urging and caution, it was not for ill motives or ulterior motives.
The meeting also addressed concerns from agents about the increasing violence that has marred the campaign period recently. What began as a mostly peaceful season has turned into clashes, injuries and even death in the recent weeks, with police resorting to live bullets, tear gas, among other methods, actions they have since defended.
We requested the Electoral Commission to be in charge of this election. Anybody who sees what is happening may think that we are in a war zone, and yet an election should be peaceful, it should be free, there should be free expression of the people. Of course, the police were talking about the issue of processions and claiming that they are illegal. First of all, processions are not illegal, they are within the law. The role of the police is to regulate, not to ban processions.
You see, during the campaign time, nobody is above the law. Whether you're in NRM or not, you should follow the law. If an NRM supporter attacks another person, how do you relate that to a campaign? Because if tomorrow a thief goes and steals money putting on a certain T-shirt, will you say, oh, that thief stole in an NRM T-shirt, the other one was in a red T-shirt? Crime is crime. If an NRM supporter does wrong, the police should take action.
There is no excessive force. It is the role of police, it's our role as security to make sure we enforce the law. Now, where you conflict with the law, ultimately we have to come in. But there is nothing like excessive force so far.
The Electoral Commission has urged all stakeholders to follow campaign guidelines, emphasizing that no election is worth the life of a Ugandan and calling for an end to election-related violence.
We do not want to see any more bloodshed. And we have already communicated and said these incidents must be investigated to establish the root causes, and anyone found to be culpable should be dealt with in accordance with the law.
Regarding campaign conduct, police and the Electoral Commission said the candidates can move through communities and wave at supporters, but they cannot gather crowds to walk with them from one venue to another.
Just urge your people that let me find you at a designated campaign venue. And we have told the agents, tell your candidates, let them appeal to their supporters. Please, when you follow me in these big numbers, you are going to attract security. Because security has cautioned us, the Electoral Commission has given us guidelines that we should avoid carrying out processions along public roads because we are disrupting other road users. And secondly, you cannot guarantee that all these people who are involved in this huge procession, riding motorcycles, that they are going to be careful, you have seen some of them knocking each other and so on and so forth.
When questioned about differing levels of freedom in processions for different parties, police defended their actions.
The processions are guided. We clear them and we guide them on how to do them. Now, this is a different procession from what you are talking about, because everybody, if you want to do procession, you let us know, we clear you and even provide security on that procession, which is unlikely not being done by other people.
The Electoral Commission also reminded all presidential candidates to adhere strictly to the 6 p.m. campaign deadline, warning of sanctions for violations. In an effort to reduce congestion, the Commission has started splitting polling stations. This has increased the number of polling stations to over 50,000, with each expected to have 2 biometric verification kits to expedite the process and ensure timely voting.
So we took a step as a Commission to reduce the number of voters per polling station to at least a maximum of about 600, between 600, maybe slightly over 600, but not beyond 700. So that these numbers can be managed using this system. Because even after voting, before we count, we shall be informing the people there is a process we are going to undertake using this kit. So we want all these processes to be conducted when it is still daybreak or daytime.
However, some political parties have criticized the Electoral Commission for not providing voter education on the new system despite the approaching polling day. Norbert Atkunda, NTV News.